Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 3 with the Warriors. This is a terrible hand. We're going to mulligan it back, and this is definitely acceptable. So I'm starting to think about what the right deck list is. I'm not quite sure Dragon Hunter wants to be in. We'll put this on the bottom. I don't think we need a 3 mana anytime soon. Dragon Hunter is probably the card that, well, maybe the Herald of Dromoka. Titan Strength are going to be our premier pump spell. The rest of them, I don't think I'm going to run as many. And then I definitely wanted to see this match. Absolutely wanted to see the mono white humans. And then Silk Wraps and Stasis Snares in the sideboard for decks that we have problems with, like the last matchup. So we'll go ahead and run the Duskwatch Recruiter here. Pass the turn. And we'll gladly accept this damage. We have Hidden Dragonslayer that's going to get us back some life. And our opponent kept a very greedy hand. He's going to get punished for it. Absolutely going to fight here. Because the Kytheon does not have Indestructible yet. And our opponent looks like he missed his land drop again. Very uneventful game. Kept a very greedy hand. Got punished for it. Game wasn't even close to over yet. For all he knows, I could have 3 lands in my hand. But it's a 2-1 versus a 3-3 that, well, I guess the 3 lands in my hand would actually be beneficial with this Recruiter. Let's go on to the sideboard here. So sideboard, I think that we are going to bring in Enshrouding Mists. I think this is and Center Souls. This is the match where the Titanic Growth is probably not as good, and the Center Souls and Enshrouding Mists are going to be very, very good. So I'm going to take out Might of the Masses. I think that we're also going to take out the Artful Maneuver, which I think this card should just be cut in replace of the Titanic Strength. Our Titanic Growth, just because I think Silverfur Partisan works good with the Tandem Tactics and the few support cards. I'm thinking that Lead by Example is going to be more powerful than Shoulder to Shoulder, just the instant speed and one more. I think the draw card's insignificant, so I'm probably going to end up cutting that card and putting another Lead by Example. We'll get to that in the wrap-up video, though. Speaking of Shoulder to Shoulder, in this match, I think Shoulder to Shoulder is weak because we want instant speed. And the Titanic Growth, I'm going to keep probably I don't think any Titanic Growth stay in this one. Even though the trample on the Silverfur Partisan with the double strike is good, the ability for us to Dragon Hunter's bad in this match too. I think we just get rid of all the Dragon Hunters. The ability for us to just protect our creatures while killing his creatures is going to be better. More efficient. So actually Shoulder to Shoulder probably will come back in. And maybe just one Titanic Growth for that ability just to have that one-time 4/4 push through. I could definitely see Somberwald Alpha coming in to break the mirror here. This card's probably end up getting cut. I think it's just too cute. The 3/2, whenever a creature becomes blocked, gets +1/+1. It only works with one of the double strike trample cards. It's just awkward. If this was a 3-drop, and yeah, a 3-drop I think is where the deck this card would shine, but as of now, it's just too awkward. So we do have some room for some cuts to bring in the Silk Wraps and the Stasis Snares, and they're going to do wonderful. The cards we've been having trouble with is Hangerback Walker. That can be answered with both Stasis Snare and Silk Wrap. The other cards that we have problems with, you saw the Westville Abbey's flipping. Oh yeah, that is easily dealt with just one Silk Wrap, and that completely took over the game in our last game versus the Black-Green Aristocrats type build. We're going to keep this as an awkward hand with a little bit too much mana, but we do have the Den Protector and the Hidden Dragonslayer that are good outlets for the mana later on. I'm thinking that just playing a Plains is actually the better and saving back the Fortified Village. That way, if we get a Canopy Vista, yeah, we just go into play tapped. Not going to reveal anything. The less information, the better. Our opponent doesn't have a first turn play. They should have a second turn play. Lots of cards here. Anafinza. That is going to be a problematic card. And Offense is a card I thought about putting in here. It's a spirit, so it doesn't have the synergy. I think we just play Hidden Dragonslayer here. Want to get some value out of the Den Protector. What was I talking about? Yeah, Anafenza could go in this deck. I thought about an Always Watching. I don't think we flood the board like a Humans deck does, though. So Council, this has First Strike, and it bolstered, and we definitely make this trade. Because, well, now I wish I didn't, but because here we'll just go Arashin Foremost. Or do I just go Den Protector? Yeah, we'll go Den Protector, morphed over. Because we want to get the Hidden Dragonslayer back. To kill off this Council's Lieutenant once it becomes renowned. So there's an Anafenza taken care of. Reflector Mage will be annoying. Taking 3, which then becomes 4. And kind of puts me back with the... I can go Silverfur Partisan. Let me see if I can still cast this. Yeah, it still allows me to cast it face down. Yeah, maybe Silverfur Partisan was better there with Enshrouding Mist, because then I could have killed... Oh yeah, that was a mistake. Because now I want to be casting that Enshrouding Mist just to kill that Reflector Mage. So that will kill off his Lieutenant. Nice card, Enshrouding Mist. And the Archangel is a card we can deal with. It's annoying, but we're gonna be able to deal with it. I think we just cast a Silverfur Partisan here. I feel we're in great shape, even though we're down to 16 life. And get back a Hidden Dragonslayer if he puts any sort of counters on this Archangel of Ties. Is it toughness or power? It's power. So another Archangel going to come out here? Just an Always Watching. So I think in response here we need to... I was going to say Dromoka's Command. +1/+1 in fight. But possibly we can make him sack that. Well, we can get a Dromoka's Command back. So in response here, we're just going to Dromoka's Command. Put a +1 counter on the Silverfur Partisan. And kill a Reflector Mage. This gives us a 2/2. Does give his Archangel Vigilance, which now we can actually get back the Hidden Dragonslayer, though. So that's... Yeah, I don't want that dead, because we just kill the Archangel. So maybe... Yeah, it's fine, though. I think that was a decent little trade. And we don't need it quite yet. We could actually make him sack an enchantment. I think I'd rather have the... Well, we can make him sack the enchantment, and does his Archangel die? Not quite. I could give my Silverfur Partisan double strike, though, right now. And then attack in. Pay the 1. I think that's the right play over the Duskwatch Recruiter. So... And then if he blocks with his Archangel ties, it dies. And that's an okay trade at this point. Okay, so he does have 3 cards in hand. We're definitely going to be flipping this Den Protector to get the Dragonslayer. We can play it in 1 turn. See if another Archangel comes down. That will definitely change my opinion, though. So we morph over and get Dromoka's command. He sacks. That actually might be a better play. And there's the other Archangel coming down. So now we need that always watching out of the way for sure. Make him sack a creature, and we can fight off a creature in response to attacks. Because the Hidden Dragonslayer does just seem weak now. Well, we hit a Plains, which is probably the worst card we could have hit here. I can attack in with both the Silverfur Partisan and the Arashin Foremost. And it could possibly be a good little trade here. I think what I do is just kill off the Dragon Hunter, though. No, there's no way. We could fight the Wolf on the Dragon Hunter, make him sack. No, we want a +1/+1 counter for sure. So unfortunately, it's just going to be target player sacks an enchantment, and target creature will fights, or then put a +1/+1 counter. So he needs to sack the Always Watching. But here, the Silverfur Partisan does not... Yeah, this is very risky. I think it's just play the Duskwatch Recruiter and just hope for the best. Because we attack with the Silverfur Partisan and the Arashin Foremost. We lose an Arashin Foremost and maybe get in there for 8 damage. And I don't think that's worth it. So if he has another Always Watching in his hand, I think we just die. But he had the Reflector Mage draw, which is a very good tempo draw. I have a lot of outs here, especially with the Duskwatch Recruiter, looking at the top 3 cards in my library. He would have just slammed the Always Watching if he had it. Reflector Mage is also quite powerful here. He can't attack me with the Archangel of Tides, though, because I can definitely kill him on the backswing. I think if I were him, I'd just attack him with 1. Attacking with the Dragon Hunter is also quite annoying. Yeah, that's the perfect attack. I highly agree with it because it puts me on a clock here. It leaves back a defensive that I have to pay 1 per. And he gets a knight, which is also annoying. And possibly a Declaration in Stone targeting my wolves. And that hits first, so then it just gets rid of all of them. That's super annoying the way that works. We will get a Hidden Dragonslayer, which is actually quite weak. There's a Dromoka's command. Yeah, unfortunately the Hidden Dragonslayer cannot kill off the Archangel. Still have a couple outs here. The Silverfur Partisan can also not. So all he has to do is attack him with both. If I attack him with my... Yeah, I don't know why. I'd have to still pay 1 per attacker, so that's 2. I can't morph over a Den Protector and... So I think I just need to attack him with everything and pay 4. But he just blocks here, blocks there, and lets the rest go through. So now in hindsight, I probably should go back to Hidden Dragonslayer, killed off a Archangel Thune. And then just had a 4 lifelinker, but that would have been tough to attack into a Vigilance. I still think I made the right choice. So if I morph over, he could think that this is a Den Protector. But if I were him, I'd just go for it. But I think this is the only way we win, is just to make him... He's going to go all in here, so that would have worked. So morph over, fight, and then I still would have died because I couldn't... Yeah. Yep. Alright, see where the next card would have been. Tandem Tactics would have actually been good here. Would have been really good. As we could have just Tandem Tactics and blocked and then killed off both. Oh, 1 card away, and then killed him on the backswing. Oh well. Sideboard, I still think we're fine. I'm not going to go... We can go with Clip Wings, just because that card is annoying. I'm not sure if he's running any other cards. We'll just run 1. And then a card I can take out here is... Herald of Dromoka is actually quite awkward. I don't know if we need Vigilance here. So if I draw the 1 of Clip Wings, we have it. I don't want to dedicate too many to just a card that could be just a 2 of them. We just happen to see 2 of them. Yes, I like to play first, and this is a wonderful hand. Might not be fast enough. We'll wait and see. But I might just play the Den Protector. He mulls to 6, which is great news, and puts a card on bottom, puts on bottom. So that's even better news. And we'll just throw this Canopy Vista into play tapped. Put out Mr. Den Protector next turn. So, yeah, the Throbbing Inspector can't block the Den Protector. Which I still think is the right play. Because we want the Arashin Foremost out and let the double strike begin. Now, he could put out a 2/2 first striker. I'd hate to play against that. Just a Thought as Lieutenant. Okay, that's fine. Even though it's going to get bigger. Because we are going to have the advantage here with the damage. And next turn we're going to shoulder to shoulder. And probably have even more well, that's a good hand. I hope he tries to get aggressive here. He does. You can't race. Well, that's 7 damage. We can Hidden Dragonslayer here shortly to kill a Thalia's Lieutenant. Because shoulder to shoulder puts us up, and he has to block. But can we just die in the backswing? And I guess he doesn't have to block. He's only at a... And if I go Hidden Dragonslayer, morphed over, I don't know if I have enough time. So that draw was very brutal with a Thalia's Lieutenant. I could attack him with both the Arashin Foremost and the Den Protector, and then just leave back 2 Hidden Dragonslayers and just cast them, and then that's 8 damage. And then we could get in for lethal after that, but he still has 2 cards in hand. So what are the advantages from shoulder to shoulder? We played the land, so there's no advantages to drawing into another land. I doubt he's going to go another Thalia's Lieutenant. I think we just attack him with both. This should force a block. He'd be crazy not to. Might actually have to try a Thalia's Lieutenant here. There's only 1 card in the entire deck it doesn't hit. Thalia's Lieutenant just gets a lot of advantage off of having 1-drops, as then you can subsequently play just what he did this turn for these very, very explosive draws. He has to block here. I'm very, very surprised, but I'm actually okay with this. Because he goes down to an 8. And now we'll just cast a Hidden Dragonslayer and a Hidden Dragonslayer. This gains us some life. But he's going to have some bigger Thalia's Lieutenants. Oh, wow. That is the hand of all hands. But this is beautiful on the backswing because we only have to block 1 of them. But Kytheon is what gonna... Let's see. So at the end of combat, if Kytheon and at least 2 other creatures attacked, exile it. If I block... Yeah, I just have to block here. But then what does Kytheon force? Yeah. Ugh, that's terrible. I can still draw a pump spell, though, unless he makes me force Den Protector. If I block both into the Kytheon, I take 18 damage and not survive. So I think I just block like this and go down to a 1 and then just see what happens. Or go down to a 2. But that's super annoying with Kytheon. I hope he just gets super greedy here. I don't think there's any way. I have to draw into a huge pump spell. And what did he just do there? So, I didn't even see what that was. Oh, he gave his Thalia's Lieutenant indestructible. So, I can actually not get out of this because the Den Protector can easily be blocked because it untaps it. Yeah, there's very little ways I can get out of this particular draw. shoulder to shoulder just is probably my best bet. Because if I go Arashin Foremost and attack in, it gives something double strike, double strike. So double strike, double strike, double strike. And he's got plenty of blockers. The only one he can't block is the Den Protector. So again, it's just going to be shoulder to shoulder. That was a super, super aggressive hand with the 3,000 Lieutenants. And do I put it on a Hidden Dragonslayer as a thing? Yep, I think it's just Arashin Foremost and Dragonslayer that I support. And there's a Dromoka's command. But it's not going to be good enough. And another close game. So we're definitely competing with these decks. All he has to do is activate Gideon. Sideboard card Declaration of Stone might be better than Silk Wrap or Stasis Snare now that I'm thinking about it. Look at this. Declaration of Stone taking out 3,000 Lieutenants here. So he will decide to go in with everything. I don't think there's a way I survive this. Because we can block here, block here, and block, yeah, and then still take 7 and only gain 2. So we need another mana to Dromoka's command something down. Center Soul would have been nice. Yeah, Center Soul last turn would have been close to lethal. I'm not quite sure it would have been enough, though. No, it wouldn't have been close enough. We would need the Center Soul and Dromoka's command in the same turn. But can't get much better than that draw. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again and hope to see you soon.